How's it going, everyone? My name is Potato and welcome back to another GTA Retro video. Today we're going to be going over, covering, talking about, and showing off all of the different parents of the GTA protagonist of various GTA titles who appear in the GTA series. Now, before we get started with the video, of course, if you guys do go on to enjoy this retro-themed GTA content and would like to see more like it, be sure to leave a like. And if we can hit 500 likes on this video, I will upload another retro video, as well as be sure to subscribe if you are new around here. That way you never miss out on an upload. And we are also on the road to 100,000 subscribers, so your guys' support is greatly appreciated. And with all that said and out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the video. So this is something I've never really heard anybody talk about. However, it's a really cool and interesting topic. So throughout the GTA series, these protagonists that we get to play as, we know a little bit about their backstory from what they tell us, but we don't know about their backstory really from when they are children, and we don't really hear too much about it. But with their parents making an appearance in the GTA series, we do get to hear kind of some family backstory and insight on that. So in GTA Vice City Stories, the first ever parent of a protagonist to make an appearance is Janet Vance. Now, Janet Vance is the mother of Victor Vance and Lance Vance. Victor Vance, of course, being the protagonist of Vice City Stories, and Lance Vance being a minor protagonist in GTA Vice City, the right-hand man of Tommy Vercetti, of course. Now, we see Janet Vance in two different cutscenes, I believe, and the first one she appears in is she is swearing that she's not a drug addict. However, she looks like a drug addict, and we know from backstory that Victor Vance and Lance actually live with their aunt, or they had to go live with their aunt when they were children and during their childhood, due to their mother being a hardcore drug abuser. Now, in Vice City Stories, she goes on to swear that she's not a drug addict, and she just looks horrible. She looks like a skeleton, but she's swearing up and down, I'm not a drug addict, I don't do that stuff. But after she says this, her and her boyfriend end up stealing Victor Vance's cocaine and stealing from his stash, and she is never heard or seen from again in the GTA series. So that's a very interesting parent in the GTA series, of course, being, like I said, the parent of Victor and Lance Vance. Now, the next parent we see is Adrianna Lopez, the mother of Luis Lopez in The Ballad of Gay Tony. Now, we see Adrianna throughout the storyline in many different cutscenes when Luis goes home to his mother to visit her, and his best friends, Luis's two best friends, are in Adrianna's book considered sons and brothers of Luis. Now, his mother doesn't like, and she says this throughout the game, Luis's lifestyle of guns, drugs, and the nightclub life, and she mentions to Luis, you need to leave all this stuff behind. You need to go back to school and do good for yourself. Now, she goes on to talk about, and Luis's father is mentioned in GTA The Ballad of Gay Tony. You actually get to see what he looks like. He is this Marine who, during his service and time away, actually ran off with another woman. And it's actually mentioned by Luis's mother that when he ran off with another woman, that woman that he ran off with, he ended up running off on her with another woman. So a very odd character, to say the least. A very untrustworthy character Luis's father was. But Luis still has pictures of his father in his apartment, which is very interesting. Looks just like Luis, of course, but a bit older. Now, his mother never hesitates. She's kind of a hypocrite. She says, Luis, I don't like you doing or living this lifestyle with drugs and this nightclub life and the mobs and the mafia and things like that. But she never hesitates to take money from Luis when he offers. Now, she goes on to talk about how she's ashamed of him, and Luis is always saying, well, just go get money from your other children, the ones you aren't ashamed of. So his mother's a bit more straight than Janet Vance. However, they do have their difficulties, of course. Now, the last parent to ever make an appearance in the GTA series is the mother of Mrs. Phillips, Trevor Phillips. Now, I actually made a video on that recently, which I will annotate on the screen, talking about the whole mystery behind Mrs. Phillips, because she appears physically in the game, but at the same time, I believe that she is a figment of Trevor's imagination, which you guys can check out with a video that I have annotated on the screen. But she makes an appearance at the end of GTA 5 in Trevor's trailer, where she goes on to kind of talk to Trevor about how he never wrote her letters when she was in jail, and he doesn't love his mother, and Trevor's on his knees crying, the psychopath maniac that we know Trevor has, he is on his knees crying, telling his mother that he has money, he has everything she needs, but she goes on to say that she's in a lot of pain, which she sends Trevor on a mission to steal some drugs for him, but when Trevor comes back to his trailer, she's gone after he gets this medication for her. So that's what led me to believe that maybe she never really appears in the game. She's just a figment of his imagination. Now, during the sequence of events with Trevor and his mother going back and forth at each other, she bashes Trevor, tells him he needs a father figure in his life because his father, there's actually a backstory on that where Trevor's father used to beat him and then he ran out on Trevor when he was a child. So that's very interesting, but she goes on to bash Trevor, saying, "Are you gay, son? Have you ever found a woman? I've always wanted a gay son," just trying to reassure Trevor that it's okay when he's saying, "I'm not gay." But that's Mrs. Phillips, just this older, mysterious character opposed to the previous two. So these protagonists that we get to play as, and when we see their parents in these GTA games, they've got very interesting backstories, to say the least. And I think it's so cool that in some of these games, we actually get to see their parents and what they're like, and ultimately a little insight on their backstory that kind of shows us how they got to where they are, whether they be criminals or, well, they're all criminals, but just I guess the different levels of how psycho these characters are. We get to see kind of what got them involved in this life that they've become accustomed to, if that makes any sense. But with that said, that's really just about it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you would like to see some more GTA retro content. 500 likes would be awesome, as well as be sure to subscribe, that way you never miss out on an upload. But with all that said and out of the way, I believe that's just about it. You guys all take it easy, have a safe one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.